Alex, quick question. No preparation, no perfect answer, just answer naturally.
Oh no. When you say just answer naturally, I already feel nervous.
Tell me about yourself.
What?
Tell me about yourself.
Okay. I'm Alex. I like coffee. I work with words. I sometimes buy books and don't read them immediately.
That was honest.
Too honest, maybe.
But see, even you, someone who talks a lot, froze when I asked, tell me about yourself.
Completely. That question looks easy, but it feels huge. Suddenly my brain asks, which version of myself should I talk about?
Exactly. Your job, your hometown, your personality, your hobbies, your dreams?
Or my unfinished books.
Maybe not first. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Loop, the podcast where you can learn natural English through real conversations, useful phrases, and everyday topics. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Alex. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Today, we're talking about how to talk about yourself in English with confidence.
Not like a robot.
Not like a job application.
And not like you were reading from a school textbook.
Exactly. We want to help you introduce yourself naturally. Talk about your background, describe your personality, share your hobbies, and talk about your goals in a way that feels real.
And this episode is good for upper intermediate English learners. We'll use natural phrases, but we'll explain them clearly.
Later, we'll also have a word tour with useful words and phrases from today's conversation.
So get comfortable, relax your shoulders, and let's learn how to talk about yourself without panic.
So, Alex, why is tell me about yourself such a difficult question?
Because it's too open. There's no clear starting point.
That's true.
If someone asks, where do you live? I can answer. If they ask, what do you do? I can answer. But tell me about yourself feels like they are asking for my whole life in 30 seconds.
Yes, it feels too big.
And then we become self-conscious.
Good word, self-conscious, means you are too aware of yourself, right?
Exactly. You start thinking, do I sound boring? Am I saying too much? Do I sound arrogant? Is my English okay?
So instead of just speaking, you are speaking and judging yourself at the same time.
Which is exhausting.
And for English learners, there is one more challenge.
Yes, you are thinking about your story and your English grammar at the same time.
That's a lot.
Very much.
So first, let's take the pressure off. You don't need one perfect answer.
You just need a few natural building blocks.
Yes, a short introduction, a little background, one or two personal details, and maybe something that invites the other person to ask more.
A thread to pull.
Exactly. A good introduction gives the other person a thread to pull.
Okay, let's start with introductions.
Many learners learn something like, hello, my name is Lisa. I am 30 years old. I live in New York. I am a teacher.
It's correct, but it can sound a little stiff.
Right. It gives information, but not much personality.
A more natural version could be, hi, I'm Alex. I'm originally from a small coastal town, but these days I live in the city and work in media.
That already feels more conversational.
And then I can add one small human detail. I still miss the sound of the ocean sometimes.
That's nice. Now I want to ask, where is your hometown? Or do you visit often?
Exactly. That little detail opens the door.
So the formula is simple. Name, current situation, and one small personal detail.
For example, hi, I'm Lisa. I grew up in a busy city, but I've always loved quiet places. These days I work in education and spend a lot of my free time reading or walking.
That sounds warm.
It also sounds like a real person, not a form.
And that's the goal. Now, let's talk about background.
Background means your history, right? where you grew up, what you studied, what kind of work you've done, and maybe what shaped you.
Exactly. But when you talk about your background, don't give a list. Tell a small story.
A list sounds like this. I was born in Canada. I studied business. I worked in sales. Now I work in marketing.
Correct, but a little dry.
A more natural version could be, I grew up in Canada, in a city where winters were very long. I studied business at university, but after a few years in sales, I realized I was more interested in how people communicate, so I slowly moved into marketing.
Much better. Now I understand the journey.
Yes, people like stories because stories have movement.
A useful phrase here is, I grew up in.
Like, I grew up in a small town near the mountains.
Another one is, I have a background in.
Like, I have a background in design, but now I work more with project management.
And I really like, I ended up.
Yes, I ended up in Tokyo after taking a short job there, and somehow that short job became 5 years.
That sounds very natural because real life often doesn't follow a perfect plan.
Exactly. I ended up makes your story feel human.
Before we continue, if you're enjoying this episode, please subscribe to Daily English Loop.
And if this topic is useful for you, leave us a simple comment in English.
You can write one sentence about yourself.
For example, I grew up in a small city, or I'm the kind of person who likes quiet mornings.
Simple English, real you.
That's the best practice.
Now, personality. This part is tricky.
Very tricky. Someone asks, how would you describe yourself? And suddenly everyone says, I'm hardworking.
Or, I'm friendly.
Or, I'm a people person. That phrase is used a lot.
Too much.
The problem is not that those words are wrong. The problem is that they are too general.
Yes, instead of only naming your personality, show it with a small example.
For example, instead of saying, I'm organized, you could say, I'm the kind of person who makes a plan before a trip, even if the trip is only 1 day.
That's much visual.
Or, instead of saying, I'm funny, you might say, I tend to make small jokes when a room feels too serious.
That tells me how your personality appears in real life.
Exactly.
Some useful phrases are, I tend to be.
Like, I tend to be quiet at first, but I warm up after a few minutes.
Another phrase, people say I'm.
Like, people say I'm easy to talk to.
And another great one, I'm the kind of person who.
I'm the kind of person who remembers small details about people.
That's a lovely one.
Thank you.
Notice how these phrases sound natural. They are not too formal, but they still sound confident. Now, let's move to hobbies and interests.
This is where people can become more alive.
Yes, but only if they add feeling.
If someone says, I like music, I like movies, I like food, the conversation may stop.
But if they say, I'm really into old films, especially slow, quiet ones where not much happens, but somehow everything matters. Now I'm interested.
That is very specific.
Specific is good.
One useful phrase is, I'm really into.
I'm really into cooking simple food at home.
Another one is, I got into.
I got into running during a stressful time in my life, and now it helps me clear my head.
That gives a story.
Yes, hobbies become interesting when you explain why they matter to you.
For example, I'm passionate about photography. Not professional photography, just taking photos of normal streets, small cafes, and quiet moments.
That sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
So for hobbies, the formula is name the hobby, add feeling, and add one specific detail.
Name, feeling, detail.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about goals and dreams.
This can feel vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. When you talk about your goals, people can see what you want.
And that can feel risky.
Because you might think, what if I fail? Or what if they judge me?
But talking about goals doesn't have to sound dramatic.
Right. You don't need to say, my dream is to change the whole world by next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is too soon.
Very stressful.
A natural phrase is, I'm working towards.
I'm working towards speaking English more confidently.
Another one is, something I really want to do is.
Something I really want to do is live abroad for a while.
And another useful phrase is, I'm at a point where I want to.
I'm at a point where I want to focus more on meaningful work.
That sounds mature and natural.
The key is to connect your goal with your reason.
Your why.
Exactly. Instead of only saying, I want to start a podcast, say, I want to start a podcast because I love helping people feel less alone.
That is much stronger.
A goal with a reason feels real.
And you don't need to have everything figured out.
You can say, I'm not totally sure yet, but I know I want to move in that direction.
That sentence is honest and confident. Another important point is confidence.
Yes, many learners worry about sounding arrogant.
That's very normal.
Confidence and arrogance are not the same.
Confidence means you can talk about yourself clearly.
Arrogance means you make yourself sound better than everyone else.
Big difference.
A confident sentence might be, I'm proud of the progress I've made.
An arrogant sentence might be, I'm better than most people.
One makes people respect you. The other makes people look for the nearest exit.
A great phrase is, I'm proud of.
I'm proud of how much I've improved.
Another useful phrase is, one thing I've learned about myself is.
One thing I've learned about myself is that I do better when I have a clear routine.
That sounds thoughtful.
Yes, self-awareness makes you sound mature.
And being humble is also important.
Humble means you know your value, but you don't act like you are better than others.
You can be confident and humble at the same time.
Exactly. You might say, I've worked hard for this and I still have a lot to learn.
That is a beautiful balance. Now let's review some useful words and phrases from today's episode.
Number 1, self-conscious. Self-conscious means you feel too aware of yourself and worry about what others think.
Example, I feel self-conscious when I introduce myself in English.
Number 2, first impression. A first impression is the first feeling or opinion someone has when they meet you.
Example, I want to make a good first impression.
Number 3, background. Background means your personal history, education, work, culture, or life experience.
Example, my background is in education, but now I work in media.
Number 4, come across. Come across means how you appear to other people.
Example, I want to come across as confident but friendly.
Number 5, humble. Humble means confident but not arrogant.
Example, she is successful, but she is still very humble.
Number 6, passionate about. If you are passionate about something, you care about it deeply.
Example, I'm passionate about helping people learn English.
Number 7, put yourself out there. This means to show yourself or try something even when it feels scary.
Example, speaking English with new people helps me put myself out there.
Number 8, warm up. Warm up means to become more comfortable after a little time.
Example, I'm quiet at first, but I warm up quickly.
Number 9, working towards. This means slowly making progress toward a goal.
Example, I'm working towards becoming more confident in English.
Number 10, confidence. Confidence means trusting yourself enough to try, speak, and continue even if you're not perfect.
Example, the more I practice, the more confidence I feel.
So, Lisa, if someone asks you now, tell me about yourself, what would you say?
I'd say, I'm Lisa. I work in education and communication, and I really enjoy helping people express themselves more naturally. I'm also the kind of person who loves quiet cafes, long walks, and notebooks I probably don't need.
That is very you.
Thank you. What about you?
I'd say I'm Alex. I'm from a small town originally, but these days I live in a busy city and work with audio and storytelling. I'm passionate about conversations, music, and finding small moments that make life feel human.
That was actually beautiful.
Thank you. I prepared emotionally.
So remember, you don't need one perfect speech.
You just need a few honest details
A little structure.
and the courage to begin.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to Daily English Loop and leave one sentence about yourself in the comments.
It can be simple. I grew up in, I'm really into, or I'm working towards.
Simple is perfect.
Honest is even better.
This is Lisa.
And this is Alex.
Thanks for listening.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep putting your real self into your English.
See you next time.
Bye.